Hey everybody, it's Steph from the Hot Moon Podcast as we get ready for this crappy NBA All-Star weekend. First take, and Stephen A. Smith has some strong words and foreshadowing and warning to the 76ers brass as we get ready for post All-Star. Now, they were talking about a bunch of teams going into the All-Star break and what to expect after the All-Star break, and the 76ers were brought up. And Stephen A. Smith pretty much said, you can't depend on Joel Embiid. All right, the decline of Paul George has been absolutely horrible. Who could have foreseen that? And then he talks about Tyrese Maxey. And you know what? The other day I was talking about this, about Paul George's abysmal 2-point game. I was like, you know what? They need to focus on building around Tyrese Maxey. And Stephen A. Smith, bunk all that. I'm going to play a clip and listen to it in full towards the end. What he has to say, and I'll get back to you guys.
You can't depend on him. It just seems to be getting worse. And I don't think anybody anticipated or expected Paul George to look this bad. And that hurts. And listen, Big Perk, Wendy, they know just as well as I do. Joe, it doesn't get any nicer than Paul George. He's class personified. He really is. And for him to have the year that he had last year, shooting from the field, shooting from three, shooting his free throws, everything. He had one of his best shooting seasons, not his best shooting season of his career. And to nosedive the way that he has this year, he's averaging 10 points over the last 5 games. 2 of those 5 games, he scored in single digits. The other night, he scored 2 points. My God. Who in God's name would think that would have ever seen that from Paul George? I certainly don't believe the Sixers thought they would see it when they decided to give him 4-year max instead of 3, like the Clippers had offered them for $212 million. You expected better. You haven't received that. And to think that this season the Sixers can overcome that is just a daunting task. And the last thing I'm going to say is this: the Sixers better be careful. See, we don't hear anything from Tyrese Maxey. He just goes out there and play. Young cats like that who had to open his mouth and call out Joel Embiid earlier in this season for tardiness and stuff like that, somebody like that can turn around and ask to be traded if something like this continues.
Okay, so you heard what Stephen A. Smith had to say. I mean, obviously, the flame up of the Sixers and Joel Embiid, not being healthy, can't depend on him. And then obviously just how poorly Paul George has been playing. But the last part of Tyrese Maxey. Now, I always said, hey, they should work on building around him. But nah, Stephen A. Smith said, no. If Tyrese Maxey got to be calling out Joel Embiid, who's a vet in this game, an MVP, and he's being called out for being prompt to practice and everything, this could not go well for the Sixers because Tyrese Maxey may ask for a trade. Here is the narrative. Stephen A. is great at narratives and creating storylines. Okay, I don't know if he's plugged in like he said he is or whatever. This is just Stephen A. Smith going on some theories, but it ain't no far-fetched theory. A player Tyrese Maxey's caliber, if this does continue with Paul George and Joel Embiid, he will damn right have every right to ask for a trade. Absolutely. And I support it 1,000%. Tyrese Maxey is a great young player. Averaging the points he's averaging. Dude's averaging 26, 27, something ridiculous, right? He'll go off and drop 40 plus point games here and there, man. And the boy is sick. And he's committed to the game, man. Doesn't cheat you. Hustles everything, man. Gives you all out energy when he's on the court. The Sixers better not ruin that, man. You're lucky to have Tyrese Maxey for the future. Listen, I'm not going. If the Sixers are stupid, then Maxey will be out of there. Now, if the Sixers are smart, now you go ahead and you figure out what you're gonna do with Paul George and Joel Embiid. That's what you got at this point. That's what it's looking at. That's what it's looking like right now. Okay, if the Sixers somehow, if Maxey's camp, because on a longer clip. Maxey is represented by Rich Paul, Clutch Sports. You know how them boys rock over there. They don't play around. When it's time for a trade, get me up out of here. Philly can't have that. Philly cannot have that at all. And if that happens, man, nail in the coffin to Philadelphia, and this is going to be a process repeat all over again, man. It'll be an absolute travesty, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think of what Stephen A. Smith had to say about Tyrese Maxey possibly asking for a trade in the future if things hold up the way they are. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe. I'm out.